Hey folks, let's listen to some other folks give their opinions on a movie.
The other thing that's back is Superman. It's out in theaters this weekend, and the good news is woke Hollywood didn't force them to rename it Super Them. Okay, that's progress. Bad news, director James Gunn might have found box office kryptonite by alienating conservative moviegoers. Here is the quote. Gunn says, Superman is the story of America, an immigrant that came from other places and populated the country. Obviously, there will be jerks out there who are just not kind and will take it as offensive because it's about kindness.
Bad news for James Gunn's Superman. The new Superman is dead on arrival.
He's got a woke shield.
He's got a woke shield.
The woke moat.
Yeah.
Dana?
Well, I think that I'm at no risk of hurting my 22-year streak of not going to the movie theater.
James Gunn says Superman is an immigrant story about basic human kindness. Hollywood literally never learns. Dead on arrival. Unwatchable slop. You heard it here first, folks. That's it. Movie is a flop.
And you should see the people sitting for the national anthem for God Bless America. It's really just, I can't believe that we've come down to that. And I don't know, we don't go to the movie theater to be lectured to and to have somebody throw their ideology onto us. I wonder if it'll be successful.
And I'm out. In case you were wondering, he was 100% lying here. He still saw the movie.
I got to look at the script, and he's from Uganda. And there's a love scene with Batman and Robin.
Wow.
Whoops-a-daisy. I'm starting to think that Fox News may not have its finger on the pulse of the American people. So, Superman rocked. And perhaps more importantly to the content of this video, it is raking in obscene amounts of money in a genre which has been struggling as of late under a company that's had to deal with its fair share of bad press for the last few years. And it's done all of that while being one of the wokest movies I have seen coming out of a big studio, certainly in a long time. And I mean that in both an aesthetic sense, because it has the audacity to feature women and brown people doing cool shit sometimes, and in a substantive sense, because it features blatant anti-imperialist messaging and directly frames both U.S. corporations and the U.S. government as responsible for genocide in majority non-white countries. Suffice it to say, the anti-wokes were right to be afraid. Woke is back, and it's back with a vengeance, and I don't mean that performative Avengers Endgame shit. We're talking Iron Man 1 woke. Now, don't get it twisted. This cultural resurgence of progressive values is not worth the immense human suffering it's taking to get here. People are largely getting more invested in left-wing ideals and more comfortable with left-wing media in the mainstream, specifically because their freedoms and safety are being robbed of them by a far-right government that hates them. But since this is the world we live in, Superman is a genuine cultural loss for those who view entire categories of people as fundamentally lesser than them. Far be it from me to overstate the importance of what is ultimately just a movie, but I do think it's a good thing that mainstream audiences are being directly and competently exposed to the idea of viewing everyone and everything as beautiful. And I'm not exactly upset that they're also seeing right-wing nutjobs showing their true colors by foaming at the mouth over that. Superman is just one of those films that makes you feel good, or hopeful, or grateful to be alive. And then you hop online and see some of the worst guys you know saying it's a terrible movie because it included men crying or whatever. And you start to realize these people have no idea what it is that people care about. Most folks see a father crying over how much he loves his son and find that visual inspiring and powerful. They see a villain breaking down after his entire life and worldview are crushed in front of him and feel a mix of satisfaction and genuine empathy. They see people complaining that Superman constantly needed help in this film and think back to all of the times that Superman inspired people to do the right thing, earned that help through his commitment to love and kindness. Or scenes like the final fight with the Engineer, where Superman directly does win a major battle all on his own, and they ask themselves whether they even live in the same universe as these dweebs. So all of this to say, yeah, it's very fun to gloat over the abject failure of today's fascists to read the room and understand what people value at a base level. But it's important to keep those values in sight. Sure, by all means laugh at them. Clearly I'm okay with doing that. Push back on them at every opportunity. But remember why this film, or more broadly this narrative, resonates with people. It resonates because love and kindness are simply irrefutable values, and no amount of culture war anger is able to trump that. Stick to those values whenever you can. Remember why you're angry with the way things are. It's not because the bad people are in charge, it's because of who they're hurting. The right was destined to hate Superman 2025 because at its core, conservative values are built on the idea that some kinds of people are just worth less than others, which is a statement I'm sure that any conservative viewers will take issue with until about 5 minutes of conversation reveals to them that that's exactly what they believe. You don't have to be like that, and you shouldn't be like that. It would be a good thing if you avoided being like that. Anyhow, we have a friggin' Discord now, so if you're interested in that, you should definitely check it out in the description. You will have to be kind in there too, unfortunately. But it should be fun if you want to get in on the ground floor of a little fun community on the interwebs. I said fun twice there. I repeat words all of the time. I'm so sorry. Also, if you were so inclined, you could have seen this video and some, not all, of my other videos early on Patreon. So if you, for some reason, want to give me $1 and get a larger sample of my book and the occasional early video, you should totally consider that as well. Thanks for watching, like my videos, and subscribe to me, and happy birthday to you.